Hi guys, it's TJ, Church Folk Revolution, pimppreacher.com. Wanted to shoot just a quick video to address this issue with the pastor refusing to bury one of his members because the guy was gay. Now, I really don't have a dog in the fight with the gay part. I really don't. Right? Here's where I have a dog in the fight. It's the hypocrisy of it. It's the hypocrisy of it. See, it makes me so angry when I get these preachers who claim to be gay, anti-gay, right? They'll never claim to be gay, but claim to be anti-gay, right? We don't like the homosexuals. We don't like the gay people. When you go to church on Sunday, the church is full of gay people. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Historically, gay men have directed choirs ever since there was a choir. The Church of God in Christ has been full of so many gay, feminine men, it's hard to even count. There's been so many gay men that are standing in the pulpit right now, right? Church don't want to deal with that. Don't want to deal with that. In the public, pastors want to say, we're not for these gay dudes and these gay people. We're anti-gay, and this is the Obama administration pushing gay on us. When the whole time, really, the first gay marriage was the pastor and the choir director. That was the first gay marriage. This partnership in between a pastor who knows a member is obviously gay. However, that member has talent. That member can contribute to the ministry. So being that he has certain gifts, many pastors overlook this issue of gay. They overlook this issue of gay because they can benefit from his talent despite his gay life. See, this is the problem that I have. I have a problem with the hypocrisy of it all. I am a whoremonger. Not right now on this very day, but I have in my past five what people will call baby mamas, mothers of my children. I have 5 relationships, 5 failed relationships that resulted in a child, right? Some of those relationships were overlapping. Hear me out. Meaning, in case you're too saved to know what that means, involved with 2 women at the same time. See, in my opinion, I'm worse than the homosexual. I'm far worse than the homosexual. You want to call them a faggot? I'm worse than the faggot. You want to call them a punk? I'm worse than the punk. You want to call them a sissy? I top the sissy. I'm worse than a sissy. You know why? I'm a whoremonger. I was a whoremonger. That's worse. Listen, hear me, Mr. Pastor, who refused to bury the guy because he's gay. That's worse than a homosexual. Here's why. The homosexual guy entered into a relationship with another consenting homosexual guy. The whoremonger, on the other hand, I lied to somebody to have sex with him. I conned a woman or 2 at the same time to have sex with them. I pulled her into something that she wouldn't have never ever consented to. I took a woman and I derailed the plans of her life with my own selfishness. In her life, I became the devil because she didn't expect or plan or intent to be a single mother, despite the fact that I take care of these kids. It wasn't her plan or intent to become a single mom. I did that. The whoremonger. But here's the facts. Here's the facts. The whoremonger, I can have a funeral. Not only can I have a funeral in your church as a homemonger, but I can get a jazz band here in New Orleans. I can get a second line. I can have a repast. I can even have the pastor come by after the funeral and hug everybody and kiss everybody as he takes off with a $400 check. Because the Christian church, the black church, does not care about the whoremonger. And if you look at the whoremonger has destroyed more lives than the homosexual. How many whoremonger pastors have kids outside of the kids with the first lady? However, if they died today or tomorrow, they can still have a funeral. See, once we get into this business of deciding who we're going to have a funeral for just based on the sin, then all of you may want to invest in funeral homes, because no one would have a funeral in a church. No one would qualify. Who would qualify? Not the whoremonger. Not the whoremonger. I have kids right now asking mama, why is it that daddy has moved on with another family and not with them at 10 o'clock at night? You think I deserve a funeral? With all the women that I hurt, you think I deserve a funeral? You would eulogize me. Because the black church don't seem to care how many women get destroyed inside the walls. The black church could care less how many women get damaged inside the walls. The black church could really care less how many lies, how many women have their dreams shattered by a man they encounter in church, a whoremonger, the devil, in the size 12 shoes, 42 pants, 18-inch neck. The devil. But you would eulogize the devil, right? Because it's not politically popular to hate the whoremonger. But it is politically popular to hate a gay person. Like I said in the beginning, I don't have a dog in a fight with the gay thing because I'm not gay, right? I'm worse. I'm worse. And you accept me, and you tolerate me, and you allow me, and you ignore my sins. You ignore my fornication. You ignore all of the things that I do. Yes, God has done a wonderful work with me. Yes, he has taken me away from that lifestyle. And yes, I'm doing everything possible to make a life for one woman. But don't get it twisted. I'm still 2 scriptures away from sleeping with your mama if she catch me on the wrong night. That's the whoremonger. That is the whoremonger. So as we sit down and decide who's worthy enough, I remind you of Jesus Christ. None of us are. None of us are worthy enough. None of us. None of us are holy enough. None of us are worthy enough. So if you're not going to accept gay people in the terms of having a funeral, don't accept gay tithes and offerings. Don't let a gay man direct your choir. And sit yourself down for your own gay encounters that you have had in the darkness and at the Motel 6. Sit yourself down. Fire yourself. If all of this is based on gay, and if gay is the worst sin of all, we would cease to even have a church, because they're in the church. They will be in the church. They have always been in the church. But the whoremonger is seated next to him. It's your boy TJ, Church Folk Revolution, pimppreacher.com.